here to talk about Steve Stoute. Steve Stoute, he back at it again. Basically, we still on this Super Bowl shit, so let me just give you the time frame. Basically, Maul came out and said Drake turned down the Super Bowl about like 4 times or whatever have you. He turned that shit down or whatever have you. Then it came out that we were perplexed about it. I believe like Rock Nation came out and they was like, oh nah, we didn't offer Drake nothing. Elliot Wilson came out like, oh, he turned that shit down twice. Somebody at the halftime, part of the halftime Super Bowl team or whatever, puts this shit together, was like, oh, Jay-Z is the one that mostly picks this shit. I do feel like everybody has to agree on it. It's not just Jay-Z. Maybe he's heavily part of the selection process to pick prospects to perform. But again, I don't think he's just the sole and final vote and just, hey. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know how the fuck that shit work. But anyways, yeah, basically saying that Jay-Z mostly picks this shit. So, and every nigga been saying shit at this point. Motherfuckers been here debunking this shit. We been confused, perplexed. Nigga been going up and down like a little wave. We don't know what's going on at this point. But now we got some more information. Apparently Steve Stoute, I believe he's the dude that's part of United Masters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He claims Drake turned down the Super Bowl twice, but he defends Jay-Z. So let's hear what type of dick riding and back walking he take. I don't got a problem with Steve Stoute. I think he's a genius. I do like what he has to say about business and stuff like that. But I just got to hear some of this shit he says. By the way, bro, like this Drake and Kendrick shit just gonna keep going. Like until the Super Bowl happens, it's just gonna keep going. So instead of me sitting here being like, I don't know why these niggas keep going. Hey, listen, I got shit to talk about. I should just be happy. It makes no sense. And at this point, bro, I feel like it's round 2. Regardless if Kendrick said we don't do round 2s. Nigga, it's round 2 at this point. Whatever. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Steve Stoute was the most recent guest on the Pivot podcast, where he and the co-host discussed a lot of business topics and their overlap with the music industry and other entertainment businesses. Of course, they had to touch on the Super Bowl halftime controversy at some point, with some still arguing between Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne. However, Stoute focused instead on the rumors that Drake turned down the headlining slot in the past, and also defended Jay-Z's decision-making and what he perceives as selflessness in the way that he handles the selection process. So are we trying to say that Jay-Z is the one that really handles the selection process? Like, he's the one that gets final say-so? So this is from Steve Stoute himself. He says, I will confirm Drake was offered the Super Bowl twice. Steve Stoute began. Drake did turn down the Super Bowl twice, and I'm sure if Drake would have said yes, he would have brought out Wayne out at some point, right? He probably would have brought out Nicki, which is probably why she's upset because she's not on the stage. But Drake turned it down twice. So like that, the NFL somebody spoke to, no, he turned it down twice, which is fine. He didn't want to do it. Okay, so apparently Maul is right if we're going to do that. Now, it wasn't 4, but he was right that Drake did turn this shit down. And I did say I could see Drake turning it down. They would ask Drake. It makes sense. He has the hits. He has the catalog. But yeah, maybe Maul is right. Maybe not about the amount of times, but maybe he's right. Because I would believe Steve Stoute. Not to say I wouldn't believe Maul, but like, Maul and... Like, bro, it looks like you was dick riding the nigga a bit. I'm not going to lie. So it's like, all right, you like... You was dick riding him a little bit. But now it's coming from Steve Stoute, and yeah, you even got Elliot Wilson backing you up. Like, okay, respect, nigga. But anyways. But nobody's going to say, damn, why'd you turn it down? You could have got Lil Wayne on, right? Steve Stoute continued. Nobody's going to connect the dot. The other thing that no one seems to think about is why isn't Jay-Z picking himself? Like, he's not even being selfish about it for himself. Why isn't somebody saying, man, you know what? He's actually making a decision based on what he thinks is the best performance at the right time, music, etc. Because he's not even using the moment to satisfy himself. Listen, I love Jay-Z as much as the next guy. I'm not gonna say he doesn't got hits. Of course he bringing out Beyonce. He probably gonna bring out Alicia Keys for like in New York State of Mind and shit like that. But like, he could put a set together. It wouldn't be as difficult. But like me personally, I don't think that nigga got pop hits. And plus that nigga he hasn't really been in niggas' minds musically for a while. So that's my only thing with him. You at least have to do like a residency and perform a little bit more for me to be like all right with him actually being on the Super Bowl and taking the stage. Unless they were just like, yo, fuck it, Jay-Z, for whatever reason. But like, yeah, I would have to see him do a little bit more performances at least. He doesn't have to drop a whole album, but at least more performances. I've just seen him in the business mind, so I'll just be perplexed to see him perform. But anyways, he has a catalog. He can rock. He's nice. He's not even choosing himself. Stoute concluded, to me, that should be celebrated, that he's not being selfish and he's helping these artists and giving them what they deserve and not being selfish about it and choosing only, Rock Nation acts or himself. Because if it was just that, I could understand it. But for it to come down to this just being like, to me, this ish is corny and it makes the hip-hop community, the black community, it leaves a stain. So again, I kind of understand what Steve Styles is saying, and honestly, but like Jay-Z not a nigga, no disrespect. I don't think he gives a fuck about the Super Bowl. Drake might not give a fuck about the Super Bowl as well, but at least that nigga's kind of arrogant. You could see him wanting to do like the Super Bowl stage, saying I got more slapped than the Beatles. The only nigga that can compete with me right now is Michael Jackson, and he just passed that record. I could see that nigga wanting to do the Super Bowl just to add that to his achievements. Like, yeah, I did that shit. Nigga, I'm the boy. It's Aubrey, bitch. Like, I would not be surprised. At least Jay-Z seemed like a nigga that he's just in the business, bro. Not to say that he don't give a fuck about music, but he rarely, like, this nigga not really drop project. He'll do a feature here and there, but he ain't worried about that. He more on his business tip. He'll come back when he wants to, and then he'll go do his business shit again. I don't think he's really needs to do that. Now, fair, yes, he could have flooded it with Rock Nation acts, but who the fuck does he really have? Beyonce, that's probably about it. Who the fuck wants, no disrespect to Meg? I feel like it's too early in her career. If Meg was headlining a Super Bowl, I'm like, bro, that's too fucking early in her career. Too fucking early. Like, no disrespect. But again, there's more artists on there, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I do think, like, regardless of if you want to, like, fucking cop pleas for Jay-Z and all this shit, I do think there's something there with him and Aubrey. I do think there's something there with him and Nicki. I believe there's something there with him and Birdman. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, the only nigga he probably cool with is Wayne. And it's gonna, Wayne, if anything, or again, Wayne's like, nah, he would be singing everything. He wouldn't really call niggas up because it's a moment. But like, bro, we want Young Money and Friends. I wouldn't be surprised if even if it's not Wayne's accord, people there will be like, yo, you should bring out Drake, you should bring out Nicki, yada, yada, yada. Again, bro, it's just a weird situation. Again, Steve Stoute, I get what he was saying, but yeah, you would dick rat in Jay-Z a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah. We'll see exactly where this goes. At least we now know, or I'm starting to at least believe more that Drake did get offered the Super Bowl. Maybe not 4 times, but he did get offered the headlining spot. If we're just thinking of his catalog, it makes fucking sense. The nigga has hits. Let's keep it a buck. So, hey, we'll see exactly where this goes. Of course, Nicki was ethering the nigga. I'll probably do a separate video about that. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But yeah, bro, I don't know how this shit is still going on, but we just gonna keep talking. And at this point, are we meant to believe Jay-Z is, like, at least has the most, I would say, power in picking the niggas to be a part of it? Are we saying that? Because the way Steve said it, it seems like he has the definitive vote or the most power in deciding the person to perform. But anyways, I might let y'all be the judge. Comment down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. Sign out for today. The Black TJ that while doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe, try to live a motor here. I'm gone. Shlime Zoom, peace, y'all, gang. Aye.